Who should be allowed to have a gun? A husband with a history of domestic violence? A disgruntled employee who has posted threats against his employer on social media? A person diagnosed to have a serious mental or emotional illness? A person with an arrest record for drug use or gang violence? An 18-year-old school dropout? There have been 254 mass shootings in the first 160 days of this year. That's more than one every day. Death from firearms in our country is a serious and growing public health issue. Over 14,000 Americans die each year by firearm homicide. We say, it's horrible. We must do something about it. But we don't. Regarding domestic violence, over half of all intimate partnership homicides are committed with guns. And the Educational Fund to Stop Gun Violence says that nearly 1 million women in the United States have been shot or shot at by an intimate partner. Regarding mental health, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, the lead federal agency for research on mental disorders, nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with a mental illness, yet only half of people with mental illnesses receive treatment. And more children have been killed in American schools by guns in 2022 than U.S. police officers have been in the line of duty this year. What to do? Red flag laws, universal background checks, and a universally shared database without loopholes could identify those persons who should not be allowed to own a gun. Prohibiting the sale of military weapons to civilians, plus a national registry of licensed gun ownership and mandatory gun safety training ought to be something else that lawmakers should be able to agree on. But reducing deaths by firearms isn't only about preventing high-profile mass shootings. It's also about reducing deaths by firearms in all its forms. It's a complex problem that requires thoughtful action by legislative leaders on both sides of the aisle. We can respect the rights of Americans under the Second Amendment, while at the same time come up with intelligent safeguards and policies that will better protect us, our children, and our neighbors from becoming victims of firearms. If you are pro-life, then stop gun violence and help stop mass shootings. I'm Larry Johnson, and that's how I see it.